to be great, we are born to survive. We are born with potential to make it in life. We are born to be great, we are born to survive. We are born with potential to make it in life. Punch twist, KKT, beauty and wetting, them love big backs. We always go up, we never go down. When they say we not fine, we always bust up cause we are beauty. Either be modest, who always show on the Vogue magazine. Always looking forward, you never look back. Mama prayer, girl us moving, iron.
Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel, Beauty as a Baby World. We are the Posh Twins. So guys, as you can see by the title below, today we're gonna be talking about things our parents never tell us or taught us about sex. Yes, you heard us right. But before we get right into this video, if you are just joining our channel or if you are just watching our video for the first time, kindly please click on the subscribe button. Please click on the subscribe button. Turn off your post notification, please. Turn off your post notification. Give this a very big thumb up. Please just join the Posh Twins channel. We don't even know what to say. Just join our channel. We know the camera quality is very bad right now, so it makes us kind of look very darker than our tone. But we just have to do it. So let's get right into the topic. Alright, guys. Actually, we had a lot of things to talk about. Things our parents never teach or taught us about sex. But what do we know about sex? I think right now in this generation we all know about sex. You that are watching me know what we mean by sex. Sex can be classified into two things. It can be intercourse. It can be about are you a male or are you a female. But generalizing, we know what sex means. I think it's a question that is very awkward for the parents and us too. But I think if our parents have discussed some things like with us, we won't feel like there won't be any thing whereby we feel embarrassed or there's not talk enough about. Of course, generally, let's not even talking about even our parents, even in the society. Sex has been something. I think right now, though, it's more open. But I think if we think it about we people that come from the Islamic background, it's something that we can't talk about it freely. Exactly, it's not we don't even talk about it at all. Yeah, and I think even in general self, I don't know, in our own days, like when I say in our days, because we're in our mid-20s actually. So you guys even start feeling like, why are we saying in our days? So then you can't talk about sex. If you talk about sex, or if you see a lady, especially a lady or a woman talking about sex, we tag those children, or they tag those children back then as the devil child. They tag them as the evil, as the evil child. They're like, what are you talking about? Because our parents actually then they want us to look like a novice. And they won't make it look so innocent as if they don't want to have sex. Yeah, like our parents makes it look like that. Before, I normally thought as children come out of the woman's abdomen. Yeah, I can remember. I thought children come out from the ass. I can remember asking my mom's elder sister because at some point you just have to be curious about it. No, as a child we get so curious. I think maybe when we are going to our puberty stage. Exactly. So you just get curious about it. So I had to go and ask my mom's elder sister then that where does woman give birth? I was just curious that because my abdomen was closed. So how possible is it for a child to come out of it? You need to see the way she shunned me off. I think I was like 8 or 7 years old then. She shunned me off and be like, shut up, don't talk about it, don't let people know this. No, shut up. You're not supposed to know about this. Exactly. Sex education there was not even taught. It was not something our parents would tell us about, and it was not taught in this religion way as well. They didn't tell us like even our vagina or how we feel, and how they didn't teach us anything about it. Even you don't have to talk about my vagina. You don't need to even mention it. When we start growing up, they didn't tell us that you as a woman, it's normal for you to feel honey. They don't tell you. Like when you feel that kind of way, you're so scared to go and tell them like, oh, they didn't let us know that this thing is a very normal thing that can happen to anybody. Because when I think most generally about we women, then we are being camped, we are being everything we even know about sex is about how to pleasure a man, how to please a man. We are not being taught about how to please ourselves, to be pleased or to be pleasured or something. And I'm very glad right now this age that we are, technology age that we have right now, that things are being taught. Because if you look at those days, then that's why a lot of women are being sexually assaulted, are being sexually molested, and they're not able to talk it out because they can't say something like, because we're not taught all those kind of things. So even when that's why there are a lot of pedophiles, a lot of rapists there, because then even if the woman had the courage, or if the lady had the courage to speak out, they kind to shun her off. Exactly. They kind of, it's even more of like the lady has to take the shame than the culprit that did it. The funny part is, when you don't teach a child all this kind of thing, they kind of learn it outside, because we kind of get curious. Look at a child at the puberty state started to get very horny. You know, we kind of feel, well, the first time we feel that we don't know. We don't know. You know, like when it's like woman in their period time, they get. Or I think some people say in their ovulation time. Why some people say when they're in a period, they get this kind of horny. They just, you know, when you're not on your period self, you kind of get horny. But our parents will not expect that this thing can happen to us. Like they make it like, no, it must not happen to you. So I'm telling you, if you're watching this and you're so your puberty is normal. It's not a bad thing. That does not mean we are human being and blood runs through our vein. It's normal for you to feel horny. Look like the main stage. When they get to their puberty and they have their first pre-com, I don't know how they call it. Yeah. Or maybe when they have their first wet dream or something. But they don't teach them that it's a very normal thing. So these guys kind of like tend to not even say anything. They, you know, back then we tend to like keep it like. And I think that's what brought us into what we call masturbation. Exactly. Yeah. Because when it gets to a stage whereby you have to explore your body, I'm not saying it in a very bad way, but there's sometimes when you be like, so I'm a woman. Okay, so what I have is different from what a man has. Are you getting me? So there will be a time where a lady will be prompted to look at her private parts at a thing, and from then, because society didn't teach them that you have to be honest, so they feel like it's a bad thing. Some people feel like it's an evil thing to do. So the next thing they try to do is they try to find a way to make that feeling go away, which it cannot go away. So from then, they were being introduced. You know, something. It just been like a child that has never tasted a sweet before. Exactly. Once that child tasted that sweet, that's when they get addicted to what we call masturbation, especially the men. Exactly. You know, when they get to that puberty stage, they don't know. Maybe they were just romanticizing their private parts. You know, when they are feeling that kind of sensation, come lead them to it. And you know, for the first time, when they play with their thing, they kind of get carried away, and from there they get used to it. So that's how masturbation started. So that our parents don't make this on your thing look so normal to us. So that's what leads most of people to masturbation of these days, which is very bad, which is not a good thing. And like I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but what I'm trying to say is if they were being taught about it, or if you have been taught about it, that it would have been more different. Because like what I do normally say, if you don't teach your child, female, male, if we don't teach them about sex education, the society will surely teach them in any way. That's why you see a lot of people that are being addicted to porn. Exactly. Because they were not being taught. So it's what they say. That's why you see a lot of married men or married women, they try to portray what is in porn into their married lives. And that's why you see a lot of broken marriage, or you see a lot of people that they don't enjoy what we mean by sex. And people don't, well, our parents don't taught us about the fact that it can hurt. Like they didn't taught us about the fact that a woman is not to please your man alone. You have to know your body, yourself. They didn't teach us all those things. You know, it's kind of funny where our parents just want us to be an innocent human being. Exactly. I'm not saying it in a way of being promiscuous, but it's kind of where they don't even want you to know what they mean by sex. They don't want to know about procreation, but what they expect is that once you get married, you are a pro. You have to know everything. You have to know everything. So like that's why you see a lot of our hijabis women that get married, that they are being novice about it. There's some things that you just have to do research on. You have to know about your body, how you're feeling, what's prompted it. Everything in this life, it has to work with self-discipline. Exactly. When you have self-discipline, you will never be addicted to masturbation. You never be addicted to pornography. You even how to caution yourself when you're horny. Like look, for example, men, if they're horny, is more visual. But if a lady is horny, you don't know. Unless our body language speaks for you. I think we women will know how to keep it better than the men. Like the men can't. There's no way a man can keep it. Like they can't show it too much. Like I don't know. It can't be kept. But we as a lady, unless we tell you that we're on, that's when you know. But if we don't tell you anything, you won't know. Unless you know, maybe someone they can like show the body language. So I actually wish our parents taught us this kind of thing: masturbation, being horny. There's a normal feeling. I don't know our masturbation. I don't know in the Quran. I think they say masturbation is not good. But assuming we have been taught about sexual education very early, we know about all this thing. We know about the wrong and the right. But because we are not being taught, look at, for example, once a child that is growing up to a puberty stage, you watch pornography for the first time, that image is going to stuck into his or her head. there's no way. Once that image is being there, it will never leave.
And
And from there, they get more curious
they didn't teach us
to know about it.
feelings with opposite sex as well.
Yeah.
They didn't taught us, like, whenever you tell, oh my god, I like a guy, they kind of bring it away that, oh no, you're not supposed to have that kind of feeling. You're not supposed to. And it's a very woman feeling. It's very of course you have to have a crush, or you might like someone. It's normal. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's being normal. You know, when some people are on their menstruation period, or they get or they get this kind of cravings, they get pains, but we're not being taught in a way whereby we all understood this thing perfectly well. Exactly.
So, and I'm very glad now that the technology that we are right now,
like a lot of parents are teaching their child education. I think child education should be like an advanced step. When your child is from 2 to 3 years, depending on how their IQ is, you have to tell them about their private part. Like, oh, this is your private part. There's no place where you show people. There's no place where people can, like, your opposite can touch you. Like, you get me? And once they grow up to like going to their puberty, their teenagers, you have to tell them about feelings, being on it is like
when they start having their wedding,
so they can have the self-discipline.
And especially what they mean by organs.
Yes.
Like, some people don't know what I mean by organs. Actually, I think I did a research on it on Google or something like that when I was looking about the sex education tips and everything. They talked about the organs, like how women are to be pleasured, what it means to organs. Maybe, you know, when you get married, you know what you want in your spouse to do for you to pleasure you, and your spouse know what to do to pleasure you. You know, when some people don't know it and they get to do it in a very wrong way, maybe they add it from their friends or from schools or from,
like, imagine a 15 years old with a friend, that's a friend, like, oh, have you organs before? Like, all these things,
because she doesn't know it, so
she doesn't even understand the word as well.
So she gets very curious, and then they tell her things that she was that's how some people are being introduced to pornography.
Exactly. I just think if you're watching this, you can kind of like drop a comment section on this debate down below on what are the things that you think our parents should teach us about sex. Like, what they never tell us or taught us about sex.
And what do you think are the things that they are supposed to teach us, or what do you think are the things they never tell us about sex? I think has affected you positively or negatively. Let's know in the comment section. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I don't know. It's just like more of like a discussion or debate.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's more like a debate or discussion. So if you guys enjoyed this video, kindly bring some
and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Subscribe to our channel. We're almost to the road to 1,000 subscribers actually. So we are not giving up on posting regular videos. And then turn on your post notifications so you can get notified when we upload a new video. We love you guys. Adios. Bye.